season 2 of Corner Office.
Back to school time.
We are highlighting small businesses, hard-working Jamaicans who are doing their own thing in their own spaces. People who are in their role, bossing up their role.
Let's go! Let's get it!
It's not if you own the company or not, it's how you own the role.
I feel like I'm patient right now.
Guess what? It is your Corner Office. Season 2, bigger and better. And guess what? You think it's not yet? Check it out. We're the end of the place. Undercover. Easy yourself.
Where the difference is made. Where titles are decided. Where respect is earned. Excel here and you could go down in history. It's the final third. CVM TV's weekly JPL preview show every Sunday, starting 30 minutes before our live broadcast. Get insight, analysis, and hear from your favorite players weekly, just before we bring you our feature broadcast for the day. Move from defense to attack and join us in the final third. This and every Sunday until the end of the JPL season.
Thursday, January 23, 2025. This is CVM News at noon. I'm Ramon Gordon. Spanish Town St. Catherine remains under heavy police security following multiple acts of violence in the town on Wednesday. Residents of Town Spen in the area blocked the roadway in protest of police operations. This morning, the leader of the One Order gang was killed in the vicinity of 6 Miles following a police chase. Our reporter Trisha Gay Kelly is on the ground with more details.
So this is what the JUTC bus park in Spanish Town St. Catherine looks like now. No buses are coming inside and there are no buses leaving. So most of the commuters using this mode of transportation have been forced to meet the bus by the top side of the town, where they are letting off passengers and picking up at the same time. So it's pretty much the same situation for other bus parks, including Portmore Bus Park, where most of the operators have found another section closer to the leaving section of the town where you can quickly leave if anything happens. And the only part that is very occupied right now is the main bus park, where Linstead buses, Old Harbour, Mandeville buses are. And the operators have told us that the only reason they're there is to just make a living and see what they can get before things start escalating, if they do. We also spoke to vendors who we saw on the roadside, who also shared the same sentiments, but this side of the town is inactive because there's heavy police presence here, and just now we saw police officers go over a train line to go search a community. So we aren't sure of their operation there, but we can update you on that. Now, in terms of the other side of the town, business is pretty much business as usual. People are going about their daily business, and they are just waiting to see if something will happen to know if they will be leaving the town. But we'll give you updates in News at 7.
Thanks, Trish. Now a bold political stand or a missed opportunity. The People's National Party, PNP, delivered on their threat to boycott Wednesday's critical meeting of the Joint Select Committee on Constitutional Reform. The absence has sparked controversy as lawmakers debate the monumental shift to establish Jamaica as a republic.
I simply noted for the record what was communicated to me by the committee clerk, that the members indicated that they would not attend.
The move follows Mark Golding's fiery ultimatum last week, where he vowed that the PNP would withdraw if the Prime Minister refused to say goodbye to the Privy Council. The PNP stand a principled political fight or a gamble with potentially greater implications? We'll have more at 7. Meanwhile, discussions about transitioning to a republic have sparked calls to simplify the language of the Constitution, making it more accessible to the average Jamaican. The issue was raised by committee member Senator Shireen Golding Campbell.
Ought there to be, let me frame it that way, something in our constitutional bill that speaks to a method of drafting our laws in language plain and as simple as necessary for our people to understand. And I'm going to just contextualize that a little bit. Quite often when we look at legislation, we still, even in the 2000s, use Latin phrases. I would love to see us have some commitment that is a firm one and not one that moves by the decision of the drafter or the minister, that when we write our laws and amend our laws, that we will do it in the most modern, easily understandable language.
And opposition leader Mark Golding has voiced confidence in his candidates for St. Elizabeth and Northwestern, Scarlett Forrester, ahead of the upcoming elections. He made the remarks during a tour of the 4 constituencies in St. Elizabeth on Wednesday.
I think we're going to do very well in Region 5. Manchester is very strong, and St. Elizabeth, we have some great candidates. You know, we have Zalika here, Miranda, Norman Scott, who's extremely experienced and very, very anxious to enter Parliament, and a newcomer, Patricia Forrester, Scarlett Forrester, and she has really entered the reference of the politics in a very committed way, and I think she'd be a great representative of the people. So, you know, that's a seat that we haven't won for many years, Northwest. But you know, time come. Yeah.
Patricia Scarlett Forrester goes up against JLP's Andrew Morris, who was recently endorsed by J.C. Hutchinson, who reportedly won't be seeking re-election. Should the PNP form the next government, Golding highlighted several concerns raised by residents and issues he has taken note of in the division to address.
But I can tell you that the taxi men are bawling out for help. They said that, you know, between the state of the roads and the various charges that they, you know, suffer for trying to make a living, they're unable to make ends meet, and they're asking us to do something for them. And of course, St. Elizabeth is a strong farming area, and the farmers need help as well, you know. And there's Alpart, which remains closed, and something needs to be done about that. So there's a lot to be done in St. Elizabeth.
The tourism sector is celebrating new job opportunities with the launch of a partnership between Rick's Cafe and Red Stripe. The collaboration is expected to create 146 additional jobs, both within and beyond the tourism industry. Trisha K. Kelly reports.
The new Red Stripe experience at Rick's Cafe in Negril, Westmoreland is expected to increase the number of visitors to the island this year, something Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett is excited about. The minister was at the grand opening, where he announced an estimated 106,000 additional visitors.
Only you had 394,000 last year. Well, this is a year that you're going to thrive. And so I want to tell you that you promised me tonight 500,000 visitors coming to Rick's Cafe with Red Stripe for Jamaica.
These 500,000 visitors will contribute to more than simply the tourism sector. Minister Bartlett says it's an opportunity to network.
And those connections represent 500 opportunities for artisans to earn, for vendors, for ordinary Jamaicans who have an idea that can be converted into a material good with a value and a price, to come here and to provide that to the 500,000 people who come here.
And as Negril continues to sell itself as a tourist hotspot, the minister says the government will be reciprocating the benefits the town has shared with the country.
And what tourism has done is to convert Negril into this bustling commercial center of great economic opportunity and enrichment for hundreds and thousands of people. 24% of the tourism earnings in Jamaica and of the traffic comes from Negril. And we are giving back to Negril.
Minister Bartlett believes the partnership exemplifies the future of Jamaican tourism. He says the sector is anticipating a massive boost from the popular Negril spot. Trisha Gay Kelly, CVM News.
Gamers, coders and other creatives have the opportunity to come together and explore options of creating games together at the Global Game Jam. The team lead for the Global Game Jam, Kimberly Samuels, explains how persons can participate.
We actually help you to build the team at the start of the event because, you know, we understand that we are all strangers. We may not know each other. So we kind of help you, push you towards that direction, you know, get you in a group of 8 people on a round table. You guys affiliate yourselves with each other and we reveal the theme and then you start working together.
So what's the end game? Because you said it's the Jamaican edition right here, but it's global, right?
Yes.
So tell me about that part. So what, the winning team goes where to win what?
I mean, it's not really a competition, but we will have like a grand prize for like a very good game. But you know, it's just like to provide some type of incentive. Right. But there's no big competition. We're just like, the Global Game Jam is a part of a global entity. Okay. And you know, Jamaica, we're good at everything. So we have to be part of it, you understand?
Right. So how do people enter?
Okay, right. So the sign-up process is pretty easy. It's on the GGJ Instagram page. That's GG Jamrock on Instagram. You click the link in our bio and you'll see the form. You just sign up. It's quick and easy. And yeah, join us tomorrow at 7 p.m.
Stay with us. Our discussion segment is next.
Make yourself comfortable in authentic Hanes underwear. Nothing beats the never out of style ultra soft 100% premium cotton Hanes underwear. Hanes Comfort Fit V, crew neck and A shirts, absorbent Hanes socks, Comfort Flex Hanes boxer briefs for men, and stylish itch-free Hanes underwear for women and kids. Make yourself comfortable this holiday season, inside, out, and underneath with Hanes underwear for that cool all-day comfort everyone deserves.
I only have Hanes for you. Get tiles and get creative with your floors, walls, and all the spaces in between. Our knowledgeable sales consultants are happy to help create your beautiful finish with the latest designs in first quality porcelain, wood look, vinyl, mosaics, natural stones, and countertops. At Creative, you will get every tile you need for your residential or commercial projects. Creative Building Finishes, your one-stop shop for everything tiles. Visit our showroom at 5 Red Hills Road or call 876-929-5553. Get tiles, get creative.
Welcome everybody, we are back.
Season 2 of The Holy Road, Season 2, we are here. Let me tell you, I am super excited to be on for another season to show you The Holy Road.
Listen, new adventures, we might be moving further out of Kingston, further out of anywhere nearby, to find the crevices and the corners that have the most unique stories.
Welcome back. It's time for our discussion segment. Danishka Williams is the People's National Party's candidate for St. Anne's Southwest. At just 31 years old, she's already making waves with her bold vision for her community. But her campaign hasn't been without controversy. From her youth-focused approach to a recent event involving influential figures in dancehall, Danishka Williams is a name that has people talking. She's joining us now to discuss her journey, her plans for the constituency, and her response to the critics. Danishka, again, welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Now, dancehall artist Popcorn recently made an appearance at one of your campaign events along with a lot of very influential names in dancehall. I want to hear from you the rationale for involving him and the others.
So for me, it was really a show of support for my candidacy. I see the title says Northwest, it's actually Southwest St. Anne. But I paid nobody to perform at the conference. These are my friends who I've known for years who've come out to support me. So take off the entertainment hat or the entertainer hat that they wear, and they're looking and they're saying, "Little Danishka," you know, and they're coming to support me.
Well, Danishka, at the event, you know, your friends, they made some offensive remarks over the microphone. Now, some may argue that these celebrity endorsements, because even though they are coming as your friends, they are celebrities, may distract from the substantive policy discussions. What's your response to that?
We did 3 hours of policy discussion, 3 hours of speakers from the party, including myself, the party leader, the GenSec, Damian Crawford. We had Dr. Alfred Dawes, Colin Bell. We had so many persons speaking, telling what the plans are. The audience responded to it. You know, the high points, you heard the vuvuzelas going off. So I know that my supporters hear what we have planned. And then when we were finished, we had 10 to 15 minutes of performances. So, I mean, the bulk of it was what we planned to do for the constituency and when we formed the next government.
Very well. How important would you say is entertainment to your platform, and how do you see your goals materializing? Because you did mention some plans for agritourism, you mentioned some things for entertainment and so on. So let's talk about those goals, those aspirations.
For tourism, a large sector of my constituency is our farmers, right? So the farmers make up maybe majority, and what they're lacking, they need some more resources. They need additional resources. And I think when I look at what they're trying to export, you know, I went on a farm where they showed me how the ginger, they cut up the ginger, they grind it out, grind it out, and they export it as powder. So when I look at those things, I see another opportunity where we can have agritourism in Southwest St. Anne. That's something that we've never had before. You know, we've never capitalized on that. So that's one aspect of what I want to do for agriculture. There's so much more that I want to focus on. But when we look at entertainment, on the border of Southwest St. Anne and Southeast St. Anne, you have 9 Mile, which is where Bob Marley was born, right? There's no way we have Bob Marley right there and we don't look at how we can develop the young people in the constituency, showing them entertainment as an avenue through which they can change their circumstances and the circumstances of the community. We have Romain Virgo, he's from Calderwood. Stepney, he's from Stepney. You know, every time I pass through, his mom is there. So he still has family living there, right? There's no way we can overlook that. And we have Ernie Smith. We can't overlook those things and say, you know, just bypass it. Entertainment brings in revenue to our country, and I think it's something that Southwest St. Anne can benefit from as well.
Danishka, was deciding to step up to the plate an easy decision, especially now? Politics in Jamaica is certainly not an easy feat. So why enter now?
So I want to say I've been in politics my entire life. I think my parents met because of politics. My mom was assistant to Mr. Ramtali, and my dad has been a political activist for long before myself and my siblings were born. But as many siblings as I have, I'm the only one who have decided to step up to the plate in any way. So I've been in the PMP YO from I was in high school. I joined at 16. And then from the YO, I worked with the party on a larger level doing communications at some point. And then once the GenSec approached me, I said, give me a minute, let me do some research. I spoke to my dad. My dad said yes. I spoke to my mom. My mom has roots in the constituency. So my grandma was born and raised in Wattown. And I said, okay, you know, she passed in November. So my mom said, just look at it as doing it for your grandma. Wow. You know, just build on her legacy. So I said, okay, great. And November is actually when the GenSec approached me. So I'm just 1 month in, you know, I started to walk in December.
How has it been?
It's been great. The reception on the ground has been really positive. I love speaking to the residents. You know, there's some young people who they want things to do. So I want to show them different ways that they can make use of agriculture, you know, different ways that they can make use of whatever natural talent they already have, you know, how we can focus on entrepreneurship, because that's what I have my degree in. So I know how to do it. So I want to help them to understand as well, you know, create a path where it's easier for them to transition from education to earning an income, whether they want to go look at job or they want to start their own business. We want to focus on the markets. I don't know what kind of town exists without a market, and we currently are operating without. So our farmers have to travel the distance, and I know some of them have no issue traveling the distance because they think they can earn a better income if them go Mobay or if them go Kingston. Some go to Brownstown, but largely they complain about not having the market. So I mean, there's much to be done, and I am ready, prepared to get the job done for my constituents.
Danishka, you said it yourself. Your father, Danishka Williams, is a well-known businessman also, yes? Talk to me a bit about his influence on your approach to community development.
So my approach to community development, I take it from the perspective of what do you need, what the citizens need. So there's some communities that are going to where the residents will tell me, look here, we need water. How can you get us reliable running water? And there are other communities where they'll say, we don't want running water. We used to paying for the water or truck it to us. We don't want to pay at all, right? So I look at it from the perspective of what do the residents say they need instead of saying we're going to do the same thing across the board, right? Additionally, I've reached out to persons who I know can assist me. My father has a good grasp of it. He's from East Kingston, you know, so he knows the lay of the land. I mean, he's campaigned across the island. My mom too. They've campaigned right across the island, so they know it everywhere. And I rely on them heavily for support. My dad in particular, he's on the ground with me, you know, so some